pretty hard to imagine anything beyond our understanding. So expansive that we can't even comprehend it. We seem to be so dialed in to culture, so confined and refined to everything telling us to consume. We're so distracted that we can't even imagine anything beyond our own understanding, let alone all of our understandings combined as a human species. It's hard to even put that in an envelope and digest it. It's difficult, for one, to break away from our beliefs. We're completely confined to our beliefs. We're gullible in the sense that we're told as a child and trained to believe certain stories. In a sense, we're a part of a cultural cult. So it becomes even more difficult to break away our understanding and expand it. Expand it so much that our own personal world dissolves and bleeds away. There's techniques for getting to that point, and I'm sure lots of them are famous by now. I don't need to get into the gist of what it takes to dissolve boundaries. What I'm more concerned with is expanding the mind, expanding its ability to perceive, getting it to the threshold of its senses, I would say. And trying to break beyond that, breaking beyond the senses. Our regular human senses. Sight, smell, hearing, touch, feeling. Our basic human senses. And getting to the point where those dissolve away. And all that is left is a focal point of perception. And then taking that focal point of perception, whatever is left, and expanding it within that landscape. The landscape of no human senses. And trying to move around in there. It may be dark, it may be vivid. It can be all of the above. And practicing dissolving that. basically getting to the point where quantum physicists or quantum theorists have gotten to, and taking the perception to where they don't know what's going on. So as a culture, we try to understand everything through sciences, or if you're religious, you try to understand things through religion. But when have you ever been told to try and understand things through experience? Through your own perception. Trying to dissolve everything you've ever been taught and get to the point to where all you have left is perception. There's no memory, there's no tying in to the normal psyche. Everything's new, you're curious, you're nervous. There might be a little bit of fear stemmed behind, but more curious than afraid. And the curiosity is what carries you. It's what gives you that drive, that passion. It's the jet fuel forward into experience. Expanding the mind so much that everything feels new. Every turn, every curve is a new sensation. It's like you've developed the curiosity of a child. Curiosity of a child without the trauma, without the pain and the sadness, the epigenetic trauma. It's easier said than done, but sloughing that all off, dissolving it, and leaving perception. Taking in every detail, every nook and cranny, every texture, every color, absorbing it. There's no reason to believe anything. There's no reason to confine ourselves to any supposed knowing. Because nobody really knows what's going on. Anybody that seems certain is probably telling their best lie. so we can continue to confine our perceptions. We can continue to narrow our senses. And culture seems to be doing this, is numbing us and dumbing us down to the point to where we don't have a say, to the point where we can't make our own decisions for ourselves. So much so that we addict to everything. We addict to culture itself. We are bombarded with stimuli, and we can't get a grip on it. We're so sucked in to consuming that we lost our ability to experience the world, to live fully in the experience. It's always a rush to the next dopamine flush, to the next serotonin boost. It's always a rush to the next meal, to the next TV show. We're in a constant tunnel vision. Focused on our next fix. It's always the next best thing around the corner. We're never satisfied. And the thing with neurotransmitters is that we build up tolerance. So the more we use them, the more we need next time to feel that same rush. And we build and build until we're numb, until nothing has an effect, until we're tapped out. machine. A machine with no end. The infinite machine that's raping and pillaging Earth. There's not enough resources to continue. We will continue and continue until there's nothing left. We're all on the same path. The oblivious path of consumption. We don't know any different. We are trained this way. We have no contrast. We only have the machine. The machine of opportunity. The biggest problem we have is that we don't know that we are in it. We don't know we are immersed in culture. We have no idea what it's like to live outside of our own beliefs. We're confined in our perceptions. And we have completely lost our ability to understand the universe. Our ability to try to comprehend what really is going on. We find ourselves stuck in a rut, digging ourselves deeper and deeper into the cultural machine. We find ourselves unaware of our surroundings and focal pointed to our windshields and distracted by our cell phones and consumed by our televisions and advertisements and told where to go and what to buy and what to eat. We have no idea what it's like to be ourselves, to be an individual in the world. We have no clue what it's like. We only know what we are told, and we are never taught to think for ourselves. no one knows what's best for us, because even we don't know what's best for ourselves. We have the faintest idea of what it's like to be passionate, of what it's like to want to live our lives. We are convinced success is money, and more money means more success. But really, success is stress in a world of cultural failure.